What is going on, guys? It is Console Chan back with another video. Hope you're having a great day. Today, another Madden 17 rebuild. We're going to be doing the Cleveland Browns again. I got a comment to do them again, but he said to pick up the worst quarterback and the worst wide receiver in the league. So I'm going to do that, but I'm also going to kick it up another notch and pick up the worst players at each position. And basically my team is going to be very bad. And everyone on this Browns roster, I'm going to be trading for draft picks, so I have a lot of draft picks for this draft and the next draft, and we'll build the team that way. But before we get started with that, I just wanted to comment on people. I've been getting a couple comments on people saying that I've been copying Bangle and stuff like that. So I just wanted to say that a lot of other YouTubers are doing Madden rebuilds, and I understand that Bangle's the first to do them. He's like the OG of Madden rebuilds. I'm a big fan of Bangle's. I'm sub to him. I watch like every one of his rebuilds, and I hope maybe one day I could do a video with him where we like face off against each other or something. I think that'd be pretty sweet. So I just wanted to say that that I understand that he's the first to do it, but a lot of other guys are doing it, and I've been doing sim leagues with my friends on previous Maddens for a long time, so just because I haven't been posting them on YouTube because I just started my YouTube channel 4 months ago, it is what it is. But I just wanted to say that and get that out of the way. So it's time to do this franchise. So this is what the team's going to look like now. This is what the team looks like after. Big difference. I picked up the worst quarterback, Showers. I think he was on the Cowboys roster in the preseason. I think he played a couple games. I also picked up Brian Bennett. He plays for my hometown team in the Canadian Football League. So our quarterback's 56. As for receivers, the worst one I could find is 51 overall, Win. Then I picked up a bunch of other ones. As for the other positions, I just found the worst ones in free agency, picked them up. My tight end's 36 overall. Like, how are you that bad at football? I don't understand. So all my positions are either rated an F or a D. So we're looking pretty good for year one. There's two things I want to look at. One is my salary. I'm not paying anyone basically over $1 million, I don't think. Except this guy, 2.78 million. Cap space is 102 million. That's the most I've ever seen. And I also want to take a look at our team overall before we get this underway. 73. So that's pretty bad. That's very bad, actually. That's too good. I think it should be like in the 60s, to be honest. So that's what we're looking for in year one. The only shitty thing is when you do this, I have to re-sign all these guys eventually because I signed them to 1-year contracts when you do that from free agency. So that's going to suck. So I'm probably actually just going to go right to the playoffs. And hopefully we go 0-16. Oh, I do have to show you guys one more thing, actually. I did trade all the good players from Cleveland for draft picks. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 first rounders this year, 3 seconds, a third, 2 fifths, a sixth, and then next year I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 first, 1, 2, 3, 3 seconds, a third, 2 fourths, 2 fifths, 2 sixths, and 3 seventh rounders. So we will be building this team from the draft for sure. This will be a true rebuild. So let's go to the playoffs. Hopefully we go 16-0. I don't think I've ever seen that before. So we will see. Okay, here we are. End of year one. Didn't make the playoffs, obviously. A lot of guys regressed. A lot of guys. Holy smokes. Okay. We went 0-16. That's the first time I've done that. I was trying to do that, so we succeeded. Let's take a look at some stats here. Showers, 1,526 yards, 7 touchdowns, 18 picks. How do you get that in 16 games? Time sacked, 81. Completion percentage, 39%. Okay. My running back was averaging 2.4 yards a carry. My quarterback almost led my team in rushing. My running back didn't even have a touchdown. I had 1 rushing touchdown all year. Receiving, this head fond, 32 catches, 494, and 2 touchdowns on my team. Blocking, my left tackle led up 30 sacks, my right tackle 21. My middle linebacker, you could tell my defense was on the field a lot. I had 6 guys with over 100 tackles. This guy, though, 195 tackles. He might actually get a lot of XP. Tackles for loss, 1. Quarterback sacks, 3 for McAllister. Interceptions, 4 for Lewis Jean. Kicking, Patrick Murray, 66%. Wow, this is the worst team. Offensive yards, I was last, obviously. Defensive yards, I gotta check this out. I'm guessing last? Oh yeah, last by a long shot. So we were worst in every aspect of the game. You know your team's bad when your practice roster is better than your real roster. But that's going to do it for year 1. Time to do the off season. I have a shitload of draft picks. I got money to spend in free agency, so it should be pretty good. We'll probably get a little bit better, but year 2 is probably going to be the same thing. We might get actually like 1 or 2 wins. That's what I'm shooting for. So I'll do the off season. I'm guessing I had to re-sign like all these guys, and then hopefully make a couple moves in free agency as well. And then I did some scouting throughout the regular season. Scouted a couple of good guys that we could pick up in the draft. I have basically like a third of the draft picks in the first round, so we will be getting some good players. Don't have to worry about that. So I'm waiting for this to sim here, but we'll pick it up in the free agency recap, and we'll see who I get. In year 1, I basically built my team from free agency. Year 2, same thing, but free agency in the offseason. So these are all my signings. A lot of veterans. I just got all these guys basically for a good price. Basically built my team again from free agency. So now it's time for the draft. We got a lot of draft picks. We'll pick it up at the first pick. In the first round, first overall, I'm taking Brandon, quarterback at a USC. Throw power A, throw accuracy short B+, throw mid is a B. See how he is. Superstar development, 84 overall. That's the highest overall I've seen at a rookie quarterback position. In the first round, second overall, I'm going to be taking a speed rushing defensive end. Hopefully he's got good development and I can move him to outside linebacker position. So let's take a look here. Superstar, 81 overall, another very good pick. At the third overall selection, I'm going to go middle linebacker, Jesus Darman out of Wisconsin. A- tackle, B+ pursuit, and B hit power. See how he is. Another superstar player, 81 overall. We're 3 for 3 so far here, guys. At the 9th overall selection, we're going to go Logan, running back out of Florida. A- carrying, A- ball carrier vision, and a B+ juke. Superstar, 81 overall. We're 4 for 4 so far. With this pick, I'm going to actually go tight end at the 10th overall pick. AJ Meeks out of Florida State, 6'7". B- catching traffic, B- spectacular catch, and B- catching. Pretty good combine as well. Slow development, 76 overall. Oh, that's our first bad pick this draft. Our next pick is going to be a wide receiver, Hodges out of Pitt. B+ catching, B release, spectacular catch, B-. See how he is. Quick development, 75 overall. So now we're back on track. Our next pick, I'm actually going to go back to tight end. Hopefully this guy has better than slow development. So let's see. He's got normal, 78 overall. So I'll probably be trading that other guy away. At the 17th overall selection, we're going to go Lindsley, wide receiver out of UCLA. Normal development, 76 overall. The 20th selection in the first round, we're going to go defensive end, Poole out of Clemson. Normal development, 78 overall. In the 22nd pick, 75 overall, normal development, good catching, good speed. So after the first round, in the second round, I went left tackle, 71 overall. He has slow development, which kind of sucks. And then I went left outside linebacker, 79 overall with quick development. Right tackle, 71 overall. normal development. 3rd round, strong safety, 73 with quick development. 5th round, I took a fullback, 71 overall. 5th round, I took another tight end, 76 overall, but he's got superstar development, so he's a very good player. Then in the 6th round, I took a left guard, pretty good, 73 overall, so that's good for the 6th round. So very good draft. That is the most draft picks I've ever had in a draft, and this is the worst team I've ever had as well. I just want to show you guys something. The only bright spot I had last year is with this this middle linebacker. He started off at a 59 overall, but he was 5 tackles short of 200 on a year. So he jumped up to an 81 overall. I boosted his development up to a quick. I could have did a superstar, but I spent it on other stuff because his attributes were pretty crappy. So he's actually a pretty decent player, 24-year-old, 81 overall middle linebacker. His confidence is low because my team sucks. So I'm going to go to Sim the Week here, go to year 2, and then we'll kick it off there. With this trade, I'm trading that slow development tight end that I drafted, a 2nd and a 3rd this year, for Chicago's 1st rounder this year, projected 2nd overall, just to add to my arsenal of 1st rounders. With this trade, I traded Mingo away for Tennessee's 1st rounder next year. I drafted 2 superstar development outside linebackers, so Mingo's services are not needed anymore. So this is what the squad's going to be looking like before we get Season 2 underway. A lot of rookies and a lot of veterans are going to be starting. So quarterback's a superstar div, running back superstar div. I got 3 rookies I'm starting at receiver. Got a superstar div tight end and a normal div tight end. On the O-line, basically a couple veteran players. Some guys aren't too old, like Tobin I think is like 27 and stuff, so they're wouldn't call him young, wouldn't call him old either. Go to defense here. I got a superstar div middle linebacker, superstar div outside linebacker, and another outside linebacker that's superstar div. This guy's a quick now, so my linebackers are actually pretty good. I'm going to be starting Odom. He's got quick development at strong safety, 73 overall. Louis Delmas at free safety. My corners I still need to work on. Just starting veterans there. Brandon Carr, Antonio Cromartie, Leon Hall, Claiborne. D-line, Poole's my only young guy, and then I got Alan Branch and Frosty Rutger. And that's what it's going to look like for year 1. So again, let's take a look at salaries. I'm sure I still got a lot of money. $70.1 million to work with. And then let's check our team overall. Last year we were 73 overall as a team. This year looks like we are going to be 71. I'm not sure how that works. I'd say we got better. I'm not sure where they're getting that from. So that's what year 2 is going to be looking like. I'm not going to be trading for any players. I'm going to build this team from the draft and from free agency in the offseason. We'll do it this way. I'm not sure if we could contend in year 3. We might have to do an extra year in year 4. But we'll see. So we're going to sim to the midseason and see who we have to re-sign. Okay, at the midseason mark, we actually won a ball game. We went 1-6. That's our first win here in this rebuild at the halfway mark in year 2. Check out re-signings. Looks like Ryan Fitzpatrick's there. He wants a 1-year deal. Branch wants a 1-year deal. Carr wants a 1-year deal. So basically a lot of veterans that just want 1-year deals. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to let these guys go to free agency. We're going to go a different path next year, so I do not want these older guys on my team. So I'm going to do a little bit of scouting, and then we'll pick it up in the playoffs. Our 2 has come to an end, and again, no playoffs for the Cleveland Browns. Boo-hoo. We went 3-13, so we added 3 more wins than we had last year. Last year we went 0-16. Take a look at some stats here. I had a lot of rookies playing. My quarterback, 3,168 yards, 20 touchdowns, 7 picks. Was sacked 37 times, so that number came way down than last year. Rushing, Logan had 896, 7 touchdowns, average 3.1 yards a carry, still not very good. Receiving, Presley 613, 1 touchdown, Hodges 904, 6 touchdown, and Lindsley 760 and 2 touchdowns. Go to defense here. Darman, 158 tackles led my team. Tackles for loss was Poole with 11, and quarterback sacks was Rucker with 8.5. Interceptions was Leon Hall with 3. And now I just want to take a look. We still had the worst offense in the league. And our defense, I'm guessing... Oh, it looks like it went up a bit better than last year. How do I check that? Yeah, we still had the worst defense. Worst defense, worst offense for 2 years in a row. So we're heading into year 3. Usually I go all out in year 3. I might actually start trading for players, but I haven't decided yet. So we're going to do the off season. I'm hoping there's going to be actually some good players in free agency that I could pick up because I got money to blow. We'll do that, and then we'll do the draft, get some more good players, and then we'll head into year 3. My biggest re-signing this year was Sammy Watkins, wide receiver. There was also Zach Martin, but he was wanting over $9 million, and I do not want to be paying that for an offensive guard, no matter how good he is. Also got Will Hill, Lawan, Curry, Lodi Nada, Lawrence Timmons, Santos a kicker, McClendon defensive tackle, Robinson, Leon Hall, and a punter. So that's those players that I got for year 2 heading into year 3. So it's time to do the draft. I think I got like 8 or 9 first round picks, so it should be pretty good. In the first round, first overall, I'm going to go left tackle. His pass blocking is a B+, and that's what I really look for at the left tackle spot. I really have a hard time drafting O-linemen in this game, but 76 overall, quick development, 87 pass blocking. He'll be starting at the left tackle spot. At the third overall spot, I'm going to go right tackle. B, run block, B- impact, B- pass blocking. Should be pretty good. 75 normal development. That's half decent. At the 7th pick, I'm going to go cornerback Brian out of Oregon. 6'1", 209 pounds. 78 overall, quick development. Good player. This pick, I'm going to go Reggie Hillman, outside linebacker out of the U. Pretty decent combine too. We'll see. 3-4 pass rusher. 81 overall, good player. Pick, we're going to go outside linebacker again, 3-4 pass rusher out of Louisville, Newell, see how good he is. Normal development, 76 overall, so that adds some good young depth at that position. At the 23rd overall selection, just take a look at this guy's combine at middle linebacker. He was first in a lot of things. Run stopper out of Nebraska. Let's see how good he is. 75 overall, quick development. 7th overall pick, I'm going to go strong safety out of Minnesota. See how good he is here. At a pretty good combine, 76 overall with quick development. That's a pretty good player. 28th overall selection, I'm going to kind of reach for a running back. He's got good speed. He ran a 4.34 in the 40. So hopefully, he's got slow development. That kind of sucks. My other draft picks, I went wide receiver, 2nd round, 66 overall. Not very good. I didn't have him fully scouted. Another 2nd rounder, I went center, 73 overall. He's got superstar development, so that's good. 4th round, I went free safety, 71 overall, normal development. 4th round, I went center again, 76 overall, normal development. 5th round, free safety, 75 overall, quick development. Left end, 5th round, 72 overall, normal development. 6th round, left outside linebacker, 72. 6th round again, center, 74 overall, normal development. And 7th round, I went right guard, 73 overall with normal development. So let's jump into year 3 and get this underway. Okay, we're about to start off year 3, so let's take a look at my team. I brought in Lawan and Sammy Watkins on offense, so that should be a big upgrade. My quarterback went to a 91 overall. My running back's an 81. I got a couple receivers that were rookies last year at 78. My O-line's still not very good. I got 2 good young tight ends that are both 80 overall. As for the defensive side of the ball, my linebacking core is actually pretty decent. I still need to develop some safeties. I brought in Will Hill to help out there. Still need corners. I only drafted 1, and he's quick development, so that's still pretty good. Also, my D-line is still pretty young. So that is just a look at my team for year 3. I haven't traded for any players. The only trades I've done are for draft picks. I'm going to build my team from the draft and free agency. So I'm not sure if we'll make the playoffs this year. Probably not. Year 4, though, we should do it. Usually year 3, free agency in the offseason, there'll be quite a bit of good players that I could pick up. So we'll look out for that. And we'll pick it up in the mid-season, and we'll see who we have to re-sign. At the mid-mark in year 3, we're 2-4-1, so we're slowly getting better. I checked my team overall. We went from a 73 in year 1, 71 in year 2, and we're at a 79 right now. So we're getting better. So re-signing Solodinata, 1-year deal. Looks like all these guys want 1-year deals because they're old veterans and stuff. So I'm going to just let them go to free agency. Like I said, usually year 3, there's some good players in free agency. So we're going to do that. And then we'll skip to the playoffs and we'll see you guys there. End of year 3, 5-10-1. So year 1 we went 0-16. Year 2 we went 3-13. And year 3 this year we went 5-10-1. So we're getting better. Taking a little bit longer than I would like, but we're going to be doing another year. I think next year we might actually make the playoffs, but we'll see. Our quarterback, 4,195 yards, 25 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, sacked 30 times, so that's not too bad. Rushing, Logan had 1,203 yards, 17 touchdowns, and then my rookie, 417 yards, 16 touchdowns. Receiving, Sammy Watkins, 1,081 yards, 8 touchdowns. Hodges, 711 yards, 12 touchdowns. Lindsley had 1,043 yards, 2 touchdowns. And this Harborough, my tight end, 743 and 8 touchdowns. Very good year. Receiving, defensively, Darman, 140 tackles, led my team. Tackles for loss was Poole with 8, and quarterback sacks was Curry with 13.5, and McMullen had 12. Interceptions was Brian with 3. Really don't care about the rest of the stuff, so we are going to jump to free agency, and we're going to be spending some money there, and we'll pick it up in the free agency recap. So my free agency recap in year 3, I concentrated a lot on offense, so I went Amari Cooper, Lockett from the Seahawks. Armstead, I got Tremaine Brock, Dorsett, Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie, and Trevor Siemian are the signings that I got for this year. Still got 31.2 mil cap space. So if I don't make it this year, then what is this going to be, year 4? Yeah, year 4. So maybe year 5 will be our year. But we'll see. So I'm going to do the draft, and we'll see who we get. I need corners, so I'm taking Trey Smith out of Wisconsin. I like the height, 6'4". I like big corners like this. So let's take him. Superstar development, 78 overall, just what I needed. I'm going to take another corner, Bolden out of Tennessee. Projected mid-first, 78 overall, quick development, so another very good corner. Okay, start of year 4. This is what the team's going to be looking like. Still need to work on that offensive line. Really, only good one I have is Lawan. I have a hard time drafting O-linemen in this game. I don't know what is about it, but I got 2 good tight ends. I picked up Amari Cooper, Lockett, and I had Sammy Watkins from last year. So that's good. I got 2 good running backs, very good quarterback. On defense here, linebacking core is looking pretty good. Safeties still need to develop. I got a lot of young corners I got this year. I brought in Armstead in free agency. My other defensive linemen are fairly young, so that's what the team's looking like for year 4. I still don't think this is a playoff team, so we will sim this year. We'll go to the midseason, so we have to re-sign. I might actually start trading for players next year because this is kind of getting ridiculous. Didn't know it was going to be this hard, but we'll see how we do. So let's go to the midseason and see who we have to re-sign. I just simmed right to the playoffs. There weren't much important re-signings to do, so I spent my XP. My quarterback went up to a 99 overall, so I'm pumped about that. Next year's our year, I know it. So this is what everyone looks like after XP. My running back's an 86 now. O-line still needs some work. My tight end's a 92 now, so I'm pretty pumped about that. Go to defense. My linebackers got a bit better. 90 overall and 88 overall outside linebacker. 91 and 86 mid linebackers. Safety still need to get better. Corners, they're slowly progressing. Brian, Bolden, and Smith are in the 80s now. Poole, my defensive tackle, and Armstead, pretty decent defensive line. We went 8-7-1 on the year, so again, we're getting better each year. So let's take a look at some stats. Looks like I had the best offense in the league, and our defense was worst in the league. So best offense, worst defense, so we'll have to work on that. Our quarterback, 4,928 yards, 43 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, was sacked 20 times, so that's pretty good. Rushing, Logan had 1,293 yards, 11 touchdowns. My other running back, 533 and 11 touchdowns. Receiving, Amari Cooper, 847, 2 touchdowns. Harborough, 1,001 yard, 8 touchdowns as a tight end. Sammy Watkins, 1,221 yards, 13 touchdowns. Tyler Lockett, 1,217 yards and 12 touchdowns. Go to defense. Darman led my team, 136 tackles. Tackles for loss was Candidate, my defensive tackle, 11. Quarterback sacks, McMullen with 11, and Desi, my other outside linebacker, with 10. Interceptions was Dillard Bryan out of Oregon with 6. So pretty good year by the boys. We almost made it to 500 at 8-8, but we tied. So this was the end of year 4. Year 1 was 0-16. Year 2, 3-13. Year 3, 5-10-1, and then this year was 8-7-1. So we're getting better. Look forward till next year. We'll be in the playoffs. I just know it. So we'll do the off season. I'm gonna be spending a lot of money in free agency probably because we're gonna be going all out, and we'll see you guys there. My free agent signings, I went after Tunsil and Decker on the offensive line, and then Kimdichie on the D-line. He's just a freakish athlete and will upgrade my 3-4 defense. So I'm going to do a little bit more scouting, and we'll pick it up after the draft. The only player of this draft worth noting is Zach Thomason, my first rounder, defensive end out of Florida. He's quick development, 78 overall. So it's time for year 5. This is make or break year. I better make the playoffs this year. I'm going to be very upset. Alright, this is going to be the start of year 5. Hopefully this is my last year. I've been recording for over 4.5 hours, so I'm actually sick and tired of this league. I just want it to come to an end. So let's take a look at my team. I brought in some better players at the offensive line position. I shuffled Decker to the inside to right guard just because he's a better run blocker. I think he's run blocking's like a 90 or something. So he'll be playing on the inside. So finally, all my starters on the O-line are over 80 overall. My tight end's 92. I got 3 very good wide receivers, 2 very good running backs, a 99 overall quarterback. Go to defense here. My D-line, I'm very comfortable with 2 80 overall defensive tackles. Both my DNs are 87. Linebackers, I got a 90 right outside, 91 middle linebacker, 86 middle linebacker, 88 outside linebacker. I brought in Malcolm Jenkins at strong safety. Have an 81 overall free safety. I have 3 very young corners that could develop even better. Kicker is Santos, punter who gives a rat's ass. So this is what year 5's looking like for Cleveland. I hope I make it. So I'm so confident. I'm going to send right to the playoffs. Not even going to worry about re-signing. And we will see who we play in the playoffs. Okay, we are finally in the playoffs after 5 years of playoff drought. 10-6, we play the 8-7-1 Dolphins. Let's take a look at some stats. See how the boys did this year. Looks like our quarterback, 4,693 yards, 39 touchdowns, 10 picks. Rushing, Logan, 1,376 yards, 12 touchdowns. Receiving, Cooper, 840, 7 touchdowns. Harborough, 1,029 yards, 11 touchdowns. Sammy Watkins, 1,272 yards, 15 touchdowns. Lockett, 1,003 yards and 4 touchdowns. Defense, Darman led our team with 133 tackles. Tackles for loss was Kimdichie with 6. Armstead had 17.5 sacks, and Desi had 11 interceptions. McKinsey with 3, Darman with 3, and Jenkins with 3 as well. We had the 5th best offense in the league, and our defense was hopefully not worst again. 23rd, so a little bit better than last year. So I spent the player XP. This is what everyone looks like now. I don't think really anyone went up on the offensive side of the ball. Watkins has a confidence boost. Really, that's about it. On defense, really no one went up. Smith went up my corner from an 83 to an 85. My linebacker went from a 92 to a 93. My free safety went from an 81 to an 83. So let's jump into this game with the Dolphins, and hopefully we could move on to the divisional round. But, oh, we're an 88 overall. That's pretty good. We started off at a 71 overall, so definitely upgraded throughout the 5 years. I hope we did. So let's jump into this game and put this thing to rest here. Alright, we're picking up here in the second quarter. We're up 24-0 over Miami, 31-0. Miami gets a touchdown. I get another touchdown. They get a touchdown. I get another touchdown. They get a touchdown. And looks they get one more touchdown, and that's going to do it for this game. I won 45-29. So now we are on to the divisional round, I believe, or conference divisional, I think. Okay, we play the 10-6 Pittsburgh Steelers in the divisional round. Should be a pretty good game. We have the same record, so we're probably a pretty even matchup. Okay, we are simming away here, almost at halftime. I get a touchdown just before half. Looks like I get the ball back. Oh, we're back and forth. Pittsburgh gets some points. Oh, it's a tie ball game. I get a field goal. I get another field goal. Oh, they won by 1 point. That's rattling. I got a field goal late, and then looks like they got a touchdown probably with under a minute left. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. I got like 5 hours of footage to edit through, so lucky me. We started off 0-16, then 3-13, 5-10-1, 8-7-1, and then this year we went 10-6. So we improved every year. We're now 89 overall as a team. I'm not sure how that works. If we have 93 offense, 93 defense, I think you should be 93 overall. We started off at 71 overall, so we saw slow improvement throughout the years. Actually harder than you think when you just draft and do free agency and not trade for anybody. I didn't trade for one player throughout 5 years. That's the first time I've ever done that, and just build through the draft and free agency and stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks again for Chancer G. I hope I didn't butcher your name for requesting that. He just wanted the worst quarterback and wide receiver, but I took it a step further and got worst players at each position just to make it a little bit challenging, and it definitely was. Took me 5 years to make the playoffs. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, do all those things. It'll help the channel grow out. I would greatly appreciate it. And thanks for watching. We will see you in another video.